Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Brode.
One of the most alarming parts about all of this is that there was a student waiting right here, just a few feet from where that deer charged into the building. When Silas made it to the hospital, they were having trouble cutting through the metal, so one nurse suggested a trick she learned from reality TV.
We covered our shopping and we covered our food, so I think we got everything that we needed out of you, Kathy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Are you joining the And One mixtape here soon?
I'm gonna put together an old basketball highlight reel, apparently.
We'll see. Hear how this could positively impact your health.
There are definitely people up here.
Drivers were out everywhere today as the holiday shopping season officially kicks off. But what are the best ways to get from your house to the stores? Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Brode. Dave and Jennifer are off tonight. Champaign City leaders say drivers should take alternate routes to their shopping destinations. That includes using back roads like Mattis Avenue and Interstate Drive. We sent WCIA 3's Anna Carrera to find out which way was the fastest. So, Anna, what'd you find out?
Your local news leader.
Now, Anna, I've been in the car with you. You don't drive that fast that it shows in the video. Just to want to be clear, though. You look like Mario Andretti during that entire thing. All right, thank you. Well, Macon County officials are investigating a fire that killed a Harristown man. Firefighters found a body inside a mobile home last night. It happened on South Moyer Road. The home was burnt to the ground, and officials aren't releasing the name of the victim. They're saying they don't know how it started, but they don't believe the fire is suspicious. Millions of shoppers waited in line, rushed the door, and searched for the best deals. A day that's usually the busiest day of the year. But as WCIA 3's Jasmine Anderson tells us, some stores we checked out weren't so packed. Now, the number of shoppers may be down, but not by much. We're digging deeper for you now. The National Retail Federation did a survey. They found 140 million holiday shoppers are likely taking advantage of Thanksgiving weekend deals in stores and online. And that's yesterday through Sunday. That's pretty close to where the numbers were on the NRF survey last year when they expected 140.3 million. Although Black Friday is coming to an end, the rest of the weekend is still a very busy one for shopping, and that's why police are offering tips on how to stay safe. Now, they're warning shoppers to always carry your money and credit cards close to you, park in well-lit areas, and don't leave your purchases in your car. Not a problem for this shopper who prefers to avoid crowds altogether.
I like to carry my...
This shopper also noticed security was ramped up today when she was shopping. The National Shoplifting Association reports shoplifters take more than $10 billion worth of goods each year. Well, the Piatt County Sheriff's Office took a new approach to the toy drive this year. They're calling it Stuff-A-Squad. The toys will be passed out to children in Piatt County. This is the first year they've used a squad car. Organizers started at 5 a.m. when many Black Friday shoppers were out. They say it's nice to see the community pitch in for kids in need. One woman says she volunteers because she knows what it's like to need some help.
I got involved because
customers could bring a toy to donate or buy one inside the store. Tomorrow, the group will be out collecting in front of the Dollar General. Well, the holiday cheer is shining bright in Paxton tonight for a couple of reasons, and this man, he's a big part of it.
It's a lot of fun for me.
Meet Central Illinois' version of Clark Griswold and find out how long it took him to decorate his entire home. Plus, today was the first of 2 days for high school football state championships. But before it began, this tailgate lot was the place to be. We'll show you why these fans enjoy Tent City. A day to give thanks, and some in prison are thanking Governor Pat Quinn for getting them out. The governor granted clemency to 126 out of 311 applications. Quinn inherited a large caseload of backed-up petitions. He acted on more than 3,000 petitions, granting almost half of them. And some landmarks and roadways in the area are getting a facelift. The state's investing $18 million for construction in parts of Illinois. A lot of the work will be done on the University of Illinois campus. 3 of the university's older buildings, include the Armory and Follinger Auditorium, will be receiving life support upgrades, including a new fire alarm system, new emergency lighting, and fire and smoke barriers. The money comes from Governor Pat Quinn's $31 billion capital construction plan signed in 2009. And a 17-year-old girl is dead after a traffic accident in Riverton. Emily Pinney of Springfield lost control of her truck on slick roads at Old Route 36. She collided with a Jeep, and Pinney was taken to the hospital where she later died. The other driver was also taken to the hospital with injuries. No word on her condition. Both drivers were wearing their seatbelts. And snow and ice caused some pretty bad road conditions today. This crash was one of several accidents that police reported. Illinois State Patrol are cautioning drivers of the slick spots on the road, telling folks to give extra time getting to your destination. And more than 46 million people are getting out of town for the holiday. Those drivers get to take advantage of gas prices that are a bit lower than this time last year. It's averaging $2.85 per gallon. That's almost 50 cents cheaper than it was in 2013. And in parts of central Illinois, it's even lower, around $2.70 in Tuscola. Drivers we talk with say they're grateful for it. Drivers along I-57 in Douglas County say they were glad they didn't have slick roads last night, but some say the weather doesn't matter because they were going to get home no matter what. And many are saving on gas while others are hoping to save money as they shop over the next few days. An Adobe Systems analysis crunched the numbers. She says retailer discount items are down 24% on Thanksgiving. That's 1% cheaper than Black Friday deals. Cyber Monday's deals aren't as good as the analyst says, but close. It's a 20% discount. Well, the Illini men's basketball team is spending their vacation in Vegas as they look to stay perfect. We'll tell you if they could in sports. But first, 3 strikes in bowling is a turkey. Well, for this group, every throw was a turkey. Why these students are putting a Thanksgiving twist on the game.
Everybody just hit the floor in the house and went to the back of the house and called 911.
Willa Biggers has lived on the street for more than a year. Until now, she's seen nothing like this.
It kind of surprises me because we've only been here a year. This is the first incident. So it kind of does. And when we bought this house, everybody said all this was finished out here in Hedge Road. But evidently it's not.
The gunshots came from the other side of the street.
It's really terrible. These children out here, these young people, they're not children, they're young people. And down there where it happened at, it's always a lot of confusion, a lot of commotion in the yard.
She now fears the neighborhood she lives in for her children's sake.
It's hindering my children, you know. Now they have to stay close to the house or in the house. It's summertime, kids out of school, you know. They don't want to be in the house. But to save their life, they'll be in the house.
We got somebody up there watching us.
It was a close call for Marsha Ray.
The Lynn fam. So, I was lucky that I had just came back in.
Strong winds ripped through Tuscola. Ray has Huntington's disease, making it difficult to get around. Once the tree fell onto her home, neighbors sprung into action.
That branch was laid over to right here. And I just moved it out of the way and went in there and see if she was all right.
Branches were still falling around Ray's home when Dwayne Atkins and Andrew Messer ran in to check on her.
I was worried about her at that point. She's like family to me, and I would take care of her no matter what.
The two men say it feels good to help someone they've known for most of their lives.
Family and friends. So, yeah, that's about it.
That's what the Rays lean on in their trying time, and they've had a few of them recently. About a month ago, softball-sized hail damaged their cars, and now this. The two have lived here for 20 years. Even now, they have no intentions of leaving because sometimes it's not the house that makes the home.
It's something special. You don't get neighbors like this quite often.
You're fine.
JV players at Watseka are preparing for a game against rivals Clifton Central. This year's game doesn't have the same feel, and that's because the health of Hayden Schomburg is more important than wins and losses.
Standing out there, I knew it was bad.
Schomburg was on kick return. He collided with a player from the other team. One of his teammates says they both ducked their heads before impact. Head coach Steve Lucas remembers walking on the field, seeing Schomburg lie motionless.
Hayden didn't move a muscle the whole time he was laying there. And he was screaming. He said, Dad, I'm afraid. And I can't move anything.
Schomburg dislocated his third and fourth vertebrae, and after an 8-hour surgery, he now has 10 screws in his neck.
He can move his shoulders.
And that's about it.
It was emotional Friday night on the field, and even more emotional in the hospital.
Those feelings carried into the school day. The team wore maroon to show Schomburg is close to their hearts.
It's tough when people ask about him, not to get teary-eyed, but I just try to stay strong for him because I know that's what not only he would want me to do, but that's what I need to do.
Lucas's family is close with the Schomburgs, making these past few days even tougher for the veteran coach.
I tell my kids, you know, I love you guys, you know, and then when something like this happens, you find out you really do. And that's when it really hurts.